Hello. New position, new place. All right, and I look like crap. Jeez. And I look like I slept a lot. I slept a lot last night. I've been up doing a lot though, and I don't know why I still look like I'm half asleep. But I am here, waiting to see. I got a few of you signed up already, and we'll go to 30 like I usually do. And so hello, giving it a few moments. Hi, Shonda. Guys, we're doing super chats today. So if you want a question, it's 10. If you want advice, it's 15. Keep the questions pretty specific, not too general, because I'll be here all day. But doing the 15 will let me know that you want my advice. My advice is always coming from manifesting coaching, and the laws of the universe. So that's how I can tell the difference. And so there's the list we just opened. I'm on for 2 hours, so I'll go. We have plenty of spots open. I'm on 7. So if you want to get your question in, go ahead. In the meantime, we will get going. Let me just make a couple announcements. I will be live on Wednesday, all signs. I'll be live in the membership if you are part of the membership. And if you want to be a part of the membership, you don't have to, you can sign up individually each month. But I am doing a scripting thing on Wednesday, so we can script for the new moon. So that will be in the membership, and you can sign up for, there's 2 tiers. There's one for $2.99, one for $9.99. The $9.99, I help you one-on-one a little bit more with your manifestation. The $2.99, you can come in and you can just listen to all the great info that I have that we do over there. So either way, it's not a commitment. You can just go in, try it out, and then come back anytime you want to. There's no obligation. But we are doing that on Wednesday. So this new moon in Virgo, setting our new intentions. I'm going to walk you through the process I use for scripting. Yeah, so this is going to be my scripting process. And so it's just, I just keep it over there with because we do more manifesting over there. And this is what I do when I'm trying to manifest new things into my life. And each time something shows up for me, it opens my eyes up to add something else to my list. And it keeps me on this momentum to keep going with my manifestations. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And tomorrow I'll be live on High Vibe, doing my weekly over there. The link's down below if you guys want to go over there as well. If you're already on that app, that's with the Leo King. So I will be over there. So other than that, I hope everybody's doing well. I am finally where I'm going to be for the next month or 2. And then focusing on where I'm going next is going to probably be my own. I'm looking at settling down here and getting my own place here soon. So in the meantime, I know my setups keep changing, but I will eventually here work on a really good, really cool background and be in my own kind of like little podcast setup studio. So the year of traveling, the sabbatical, whatever the hell you want to call it, that I was on is soon coming to a close for this chapter. It will happen again because I love to travel, but it's time to settle down for a bit. All right. So who did we have first? We had Fernando came in a while ago, and I wanted to thank Lazarine for being a new member. I do see that you showed up. So hopefully you'll come in today and you'll hear about the manifesting thing, the scripting I'll be doing on Wednesday. So I will see you there. And thank you again. So let's go to Fernando, because he doesn't even know when I'm coming on anymore. So he just sends me and waits. No, I'm not settling. And I don't like the word. I shouldn't have used the word settled. It's not, there's got to be another, building a foundation, I guess, my own foundation. And then so that I have more of a landing post, and then I can go off and do whatever I want to do. But, I think that road trip for me showed me, the things that I missed and the things that I like and the things that I need in my life, more so. And I just wasn't ready for the past 6 years to really slow down. And now I'm getting to that point where it's not that I want to slow down. It's just that I don't get to just go home and kick my feet up after a vacation. You know what I mean? And that can eventually wear you out, especially when, you know, you're an entrepreneur or, you know, and it's just, I don't know, sometimes you just want to, I guess I'm ready for a home. I guess I'm ready for a home now. But I don't want to call it settling. I shouldn't have called it settling because that's a word that I hate. That's a word, that's a trigger word for me, Emma. Oh my God, settling, stuck. No, that's what keeps me running. That's why I'm like, I can't use that word. I'm like, no, I don't want to settle. All right, but yeah, it's a form of comfort, I guess. The building blocks. So a base, building a strong base. All right, so we do have let's see, Fernando. We're gonna start off with Fernando, and then I think Emma, you were next, and so let's see. I would like to know about JS future intentions towards me. All right. Let's see. This was sent. Yeah, this is a recent one. Yes, Grandma V. I am still taking questions. I just started. I'll be on for 2 hours. So yes, you can go ahead and put your. I said settling first. It wasn't you. I said settling first. So you just kind of followed my lead. All right. So I've got the 7 of Cups, Fernando. So there is still some energy of just kind of a fantasy. Is this still feel like a fantasy for you? You know, you're getting caught up in this. There's an energy of the 7 of Cups around this relationship. So, and I'm seeing the 5 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So these are just energies coming out just so I can kind of see, because I don't know where you're at with this relationship. I don't get to speak with you. So it does kind of feel like you're still fantasizing about something, but there's a female in the middle of the picture here. So that I'm getting the feeling that they're still connected. They're still in a relationship, and there may be feelings for each other, but I feel like part of it's saying, you know, do you move on from this and cut your losses? Is it causing you more grief than it is pleasure? Remember, I'm just doing the energies. So let me see JS. You can send one super chat with the amount on it, or you can send 2 separate ones. 10 for a question, 15 for advice, if you want advice. All right, so I got the 8 of Cups here too. So now I'm kind of seeing, and I don't, you know, I always have to put this disclaimer in there. The reason why I struggle with tarot and manifesting is because tarot can sometimes show an energy that is not what you want to hear. And manifesting is, you know, when you apply the manifesting concepts, you can look at the cards and be like, okay, so this is kind of what I'm feeling like doing, or this is what my dominant thought is, and this is how I'm feeling. But then you start to reflect on, but is this my truth? Is this really what I want? And if it's not what you want, you see with the cards that you need to change your story, because otherwise you're just holding on to a fantasy. And then it's just creating fatigue within you emotionally. And so you've got to decide what you want to do with this situation with JS, because this has been going on for a long time. And right now I can sort of see it's kind of wearing your emotions down. All right. So the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups, is it time to abandon ship? Is it time to, have you been being ignored? Do you feel like you need to move on from this? Is this something that you think about when you get bored? Is this something that you really, truly, in your heart, heart of all hearts desire to be with this person. You know, this is where there's a decision to be made. Do I move on? Do I walk on? Is this wishful thinking? Am I just living in fantasy land? Is it too uncertain? Do I have other choices? Should I look around for other choices? But it does seem like, you know, I got the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and we're looking at JS now, and it does seem like, I don't know if they're ignoring you or they've kind of turned their back on the emotions of this or whatever feelings. They've moved on, because the 8 of Cups is the card of moving on. All right, so JS, I've got the 7 of Swords here in reverse. And the 7 of Swords in reverse says that they've been honest with you. They've been truthful with you. There is no deception there. There's closure, or they're finding closure. The 7 of Pentacles here is saying that, you know, maybe they've reevaluated, maybe they've taken a look at this situation and it can't go anywhere, or, you know, you guys have invested a lot of time in this, or you've invested energy, and when you've got the 8 of Cups and you got the 7 of Pentacles, it kind of says, I'm making a decision to walk away because there's nowhere we can go with this. There's no more investing in this. And we got the Emperor in reverse. So it doesn't seem like they're taking any actions moving forward, right? They're not taking any actions in this reading towards you in the current energy. All right. So let's see possibility of future energies towards you, but the advice that you may get with the future intentions towards you. So I did the current because I need to know where you're at. I don't talk to you at all. I don't know where you're at. And, you know, to give you any kind of advice when something like that comes up. So unless you're sitting there with JS right now, eating popcorn, watching me laugh and saying we're already together, then this is just pure entertainment for you. But otherwise, let's see what the future brings. 6 of Cups. And we've got the 8 of Wands. So we see communication picking back up and possibility of a reconciliation of some sort. So maybe sharing of a gift, maybe some growth in friendship. The 6 of Cups is a card of love. It's a card of good friends, growing, a new beginning. It's definitely a sign of a new beginning. The 8 of Wands shows some passionate, maybe some flirting going on here. I do have the 7 of Wands. All right. The 7 of Wands could be that speaking up. Do you have something you have to say? Do you have to speak up to JS? Do you need to speak up to say to JS? But also it's the card of being grounded though. And so making sure you are grounding yourself in this process with them. I do see the Chariot card. So I see overcoming obstacles with them and in the future. So I don't know what's going on right now. I sort of keep glitching. Can you guys see me? I keep glitching, and I hope that you're getting the videos coming through clear. But it is showing there's a possibility of growth or reconciliation in the future. Right now, the energy shows that there's no investment in this connection right now. And they're moving, sort of looking forward. They're moving forward, moving on. The 7 of Wands can say maybe they'll speak up here in the future, or you can speak up to them, or you guys will find reconciliation in the future with the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. All right. I don't know if there's that 7 of Pentacles again. I don't know if there's been a setback because there's been some arguing with the 5 of Wands, or some frustration between the two of you, or just a power struggle, or there's just been a lot of grief between the two of you. It does show you guys getting over. So maybe what I was looking at with that 7 of Pentacles was things have come to a stop between you guys for some reason. And it does seem like once you get over whatever obstacle that is, it does look as though you will be reconciling and things will start picking up pace again. Things will look good. All right. So that's what I've got for you. Let me know somehow if that resonates and if that hit home for you. All right. Thank you, Grandma V. I will be in the membership on Wednesday. We're doing the scripting on Wednesday. So I'm going to walk you through the process. You can always watch the video after if you can't be live with me in the membership. but I will set up to where you can set some new intentions for the new moon in Virgo. Okay, so let me put you on the list here. And let me move on to Emma. All right. All right. All right, guys. The 14th is Wednesday. Today's the 11th, Monday. Tuesday's the 12th. Wednesday is the 13th. Yes. And so the full moon's on Thursday. So on Wednesday, we'll write our script. I've already done mine for my new moon in Virgo, and I wrote my letter. So these are my new manifestations. And the new moon in Virgo is really a good time to set these kind of intentions, reorganize, maybe clean up some of your old manifestations. And so I just love this, and I'm taking the opportunity. So on Wednesday, I'll walk you through my process. I will be going around 2 p.m. Eastern time. I already have, if you go into the membership, you'll see the post. And I already put up the post where you can put any questions as a member. As a member, every week, you're allowed to go in and do an energy check, post a question if you want a question, and so if I have time, I will get to it. Right now, there's only so many people show up. There's about 30-something people over there, but only a few people show up. So usually if you're live with me, I can do an energy check for you, any advice. And if you have any topics that you want to discuss, I can discuss it that day too as well. So you get sort of one-on-one. And if you're manifesting, I can give you manifesting guidance one-on-one too. So I would take advantage of being live, even though a lot of people watch it afterwards, because there's a lot of great information, and everybody learns from everybody over there, because people are usually over there for a reason, you know. So you can go post any, it's already up right now. If you have anything that you want to talk about, you definitely, thank you, Shonda. All right. And same thing, Shonda, you can go over and put your questions in over there, and any topics that you want to talk about. If there's anything in the spiritual community that I may be able to answer, anything about tarot, I may be able to answer, anything that you've been, curious about, things like that. I talk about a lot of things, and there's other videos over there that you can look at. I did the law of forgiveness recently. So you can look at the past videos too, and there's a lot you can learn from what we've already done over there. I really am unhappy with my hair, guys. And I know it's showing because I can't stop playing with it. And I had it in a really good place, and then she screwed it up on me. Thank you, Emma, for helping Shonda. All right. So let me get to Emma. Thank you, Emma, so much. All right. So let's get to Emma. And I saw your email too. I have so many people emailing me, and I know I respond sometimes, and then sometimes I don't. No, I still read them, and I appreciate them. And I'm actually talking to you when I read your email. So, just so you know that. Let me see. So where's all the, did I delete it on accident? Hold on. I think I deleted everybody's. I did. All right, let's look here. We have Emma. General energy check for the week. And let's see. Message from Spirit, still feeling a little sad at times. Me too. Yeah. So I talk to you too. All right. So we're both talking to each other subliminally. All right. So it's not a waste of time sending me emails. It's just sometimes it's overwhelmed. I can't find the right time to sit down, and then before I know it, it's already gone past. But I read everything. Um, I want to comment on the sadness, because I get the opportunity to be up here so many hours of a day, and I get to talk to people, and I get to do my readings, and I'm always filling my time with stuff that keeps me in a strong mindset and I'm always impressing my own subconscious by talking to you guys, and I'm always being uplifted, which is why I'm addicted to my channel, actually, because it keeps me set straight. Because as a water sign, and it's funny because I was looking at the solar returns with Anne last night, and I'm an Aries, actually rising right now in the solar return. And next year I'm going to be Cancer rising. So I don't know a lot about the solar returns, but after working with her and talking to her last night, I realized that our solar return ascendant signs really show us the theme of our entire year. And so Aries rising really clicked with me because I've been like trying to step out there and go and be a leader, be the emperor. And now I'm going into Cancer, and I'm like, am I being cursed? I'm like, come on. I'm like, I already got enough water in my chart, and now next year I'm going to be a Cancer rising for my solar return. So it's going to be a year of really tuning into Cancerian energy next year and really embodying it, because I've embodied Aries energy all year long without even realizing it. But anyways, I was getting to the point with emotions and sad, and like, so I'm able to get myself quickly out of sad moments by staying in a mindset constantly. Whereas you guys, you're focused on it when you're listening to me or talking to me and things like that. And so I have more of a I have more stability, I guess, or external things that keep me in line. And so, but the thing about when you feel sad at times, notice if you start noticing that you are feeling better more times than less. And then the more you keep practicing, and getting out of the energy, because the idea of manifesting is not being in the energy of lack. When we're obsessed that we want something, our body feels like we don't have it, even if we're focused on having it. And that misalignment can create resistance in our reality. So it really is important that when we do feel sad, as much as we say honor our feelings and emotions, yes, but we've got to hurry up and get out of that energy. If we're determined to get what we want, we've got to come into vibration with having what we want as if we already have it. So, and I know it can be hard get going from sad. Believe me, I don't want to wake up sometime. Like, I don't want to go another day. And, and it's like with even thinking about these things, and it gets to a point where we finally surrender. And when we don't think about our manifestations anymore and they don't make us sad anymore, that's when we win. And that's when it comes in for us, is that moment. So get into that moment and getting through those sad moments as quickly as possible is the best thing, I believe, to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Yeah. Thanks, Cancer. I'm like, I'm Scorpio Cancer Deacon, and now I'm going to be sitting in the rising energy next year. Yeah, so gauge, like, what I like to do when I see myself getting sad. I like to see. I'm starting to a bird's eye view. I'm starting to realize that it only happens once in a while because it's an old feeling. There's nothing making me sad in my life. Nothing is wrong. Everything is awesome. But that feeling that because of shit that's happened in the past, still likes to creep up every now and then and tell me something's wrong. And then I start to have anxiety over my manifestations. When I get proof all the time that my manifestations are going and everything's happening fast, actually pretty damn fast. And it's those feelings that want to fuck with us and make us feel like it's not happening. So taking a bird's eye view, I am noticing that it happens less and less for me. And so I catch it more and more. Yeah, me too. Well, I wasn't on for a long time, but I have been on and off over the years, Grandma V. And I take like natural herbs. I take natural herbs when I feel myself get in. I also had long COVID, and long COVID messed with depression for me, messed mental fog, and really messes with me. But because I'm not on anything, I'm able to see when I'm dropping, like if it's monthly, I'm able to see my hormones, and I'm able to go, okay, this isn't because my life sucks, this is my hormones dropping, or this is my serotonin levels dropping. Maybe I need to go do something to increase my dopamine, or my, no, not like meth or anything like that. That's a joke. But like that's why I take like some natural herbs, HTP5, for serotonin, and I'll try different things like that. But you can notice it, and you can work with it a lot easier. All right, I'm going on tangents. I'm sorry, guys. And I will tell you though, like when I was really sick, I had to be for that time being, because there's sometimes when you have too much going against you and you can't get yourself level. So don't ever, whenever you have to, or you need assistance. I've just learned over the years how to work with my own body now and be able to gauge it. So there's no shame in that at all. Yeah, this is turning into like a membership chat. Sorry, guys. I must forget what day I'm on. This is what we do during membership. We answer all kinds of questions and have all kinds of like tea time talk. All right. So you're overriding it with the positive affirmations. Another thing is cold shower, ice shower. When I felt a sad moment, I've said the forgiveness affirmation. I love everyone. Everyone loves me. I forgive everyone. Everyone forgives me. And the door swings open both ways for my good. The law of karma is cleared with the law of grace. All my mistakes are forgiven. All the consequences of my mistakes are forgiven. And yeah, the law of forgiveness, guys. All right. All right, so let's see your energy for the week. Let's get an energy for the week. Find passion this week. Do something that makes you feel creative this week. I'm going to make it a point to go do an art class or something like that, to get my mind totally off of everything and do something creative. So I don't just say these things to sound cool when I'm talking about tarot. I actually will do them. And usually I'm bringing you ideas, because I did see the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands this week could be a week maybe finding something creative to do, to express, to process or express some of your emotions. I have material and spiritual prosperity. So maybe focusing on your 3D reality, maybe focusing on there could be, this is like the Six of Pentacles. So you may receive a gift, or you may notice that there's some extra abundance around you this week. But this could be about focusing on your material, doing something in your material world, doing something in your physical, reorganizing and things like that, your material world. So taking your mind off of relationships for this week. I have the Death card for you. So it's the transformative week this week. So it's sort of an energy of major transformation. You can make a lot of shifts this week. And I think that's why I'm being called to do this scripting thing, to set the intentions. So this Wednesday, get in clear 4 to 6 things that you want to set the intentions on. Yeah. So, and this is about being around supportive people too, family things, gatherings. So we do have ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle. So this is going to be a strong week of beginning a brand new cycle with that Death card, with the transformation card. And I have patience. All right. So you have Temperance card. So practicing patience this week is a virtue. Being very, very calm. And whenever you're getting overly emotional, put your energy in material things and in functional things this week. Do things to get your mind off stuff. Don't give yourself free space to sit around and think about things. All right. So your energy for this week is two big important energies. You've got the death card and you've got the temperance card. So you're talking about major change this week and totally making a change this week that's going to change your entire future. This, the judgment. I mean, that's the judgment card, but the death card kind of gives you the same energy. You've got to end cycle and come out and it's like a rebirth. So it's sort of a cleansing energy this week for you, and focus on your material world, focus on your 3D reality. I know I don't like to say that a lot because people will focus on their 3D reality when they're manifesting love in, and then you focus on it not being there. But this is asking you to focus on your blessings that you have in your 3D reality every day so that you can feel blessed and good and abundant all day long. And that energy itself will bring in your manifestations. So, and I think that's sort of a universal energies for everybody this week too. Let's see your second. All right. Oh, karma, but I'll save it for okay, question about karma, but I'll save it for the membership. Yeah, karma. Look at, I'm gonna start answering it now. Karma's karma. Karma's karma. And but don't, we all reap what we sow. If we lie, we lie. If we get lied to, if we steal, we get stolen from. It's a law of cause and effect, and everything has a consequence. And so we just have to remember that when we're doing things. And oftentimes, we'll talk about it more in the membership because I'm going to get taken off. But I guess I want to say, though, before we go, I don't want it to scare you, though, the law of karma to scare people. It's just, it's a law. It's a law of karma. And I'm actually going to write it down so I make sure I focus on it for you tomorrow in the membership. We'll really talk about that because I don't like karma being used as when I hear negative people say, oh, they're going to get their karma. Well, that person's harboring such negative emotions. That person's going to get their karma. When you're sending negative karma to somebody and you want somebody to be punished, that is karma on you. You will be punished as well. It's like, that's why the law of forgiveness, you've got to forgive and you've got to break all these cycles, all these karmic cycles, because it's a really tough one. So we'll talk about that. Good job. It's why sometimes when I get angry, even at some of the people in my life that have hurt me, I try not to wish anything negative upon anybody, because you don't know who you've hurt, and somebody could be wishing something negative upon you, and you don't want any of that karma. All right, so let's look at S. The energy around S. I've got the 6 of Cups here. So you're seeing still thinking about you, but we've got the 2 of Swords. So he's really in a pickle. He's in a pickle. Stuck in between, his heart and his mind, not sure what to do. All right. Not doing so well with the 9 of Swords and the Magician card, and the 2 of Swords can say a lot of head games going on, a lot of drama going on, not focused, not sure what to do. So it's almost like I know this feeling like where you just feel like you're being pulled in all different directions, and it doesn't seem like you can make a clear decision or what's going to be, or when or how to make the next move. And sometimes I feel like the universe starts to cave in when I feel like that, and it sort of pushes me to make the move. Whereas I've learned I try to make the move when I first initially feel I need to do something, so that the Tower moment doesn't come in and force me to do something. I do have, thoughts of the 10 of Wands here, packing up and moving on. And it's really, he's going through a lot of grief. So he's caught between loss, going through this grievance of moving on, packing up and moving on from, you know, whatever's going on in his life, and thoughts of you guys here. But he's got a difficult choice to make, and he's really overwhelmed in his head. So if he's really overwhelmed in his head, I'm not getting the devil card or anything like that, but there could be a chance that there's just like some anxiety, and then he could be numbing that anxiety. I know that he has has done that, and right now it just seems like everything, he might be trying to ignore his mind, but things are starting to overwhelm him to the point where he's losing sleep. He's not getting very good sleep, and he has a lot of grief and anxiety. So that's the energy around him. He's got to go through this himself. What you can do is just continue to manifest that you're in the end game and everything is done quickly, and not focus on what he's going through. The more you focus on what he's going through, and I've told you this before, and it doesn't bother me to tell you again, because this kind of stuff we need to hear over and over and over again, is that when we focus on what they're going through, as in they're going through so much pain, we're not living in the end. So you want to see him as cleared of all this. So not even knowing or not even thinking that he's even going through any of this, you just being in the energy of we're already where we're supposed to be. He will eventually, the universe will construct his life to coordinate with yours. And that also is according to, if that's truly what the two of you are 100% wanting. And the Six of Cups is there, so it does show that you guys are on, you guys have mutual feelings for one another. All right, so I have Alyssa. Somebody else came through too. So all right, so I see Angel, you came through. All right, I got you in. And Myra. All right. Yeah, well, about the karma thing, we are human, but that's why we have to do the law of forgiveness for ourselves. The law of forgiveness, so that we can clear ourselves of our karma. It doesn't mean that we can keep sinning and going and doing all kinds of shit, though, either, because that's going to erase what we're doing. So you want to be in the energy of forgiveness, forgive me for everything that I've done, and then move forward and always walk in the, you know, in your highest self, so that you don't continue to create karma in your life. And you'll start to see things come in for you more abundantly. And it feels really good. It feels really good. Like I said, I had instant clarification when I did the law of forgiveness. Like I was like, okay, I got you. You know what I mean? You just gave me a sign, and it just worked. It worked so quickly for me that it showed me how powerful the law of forgiveness is. And so it, like I said, it may not happen as instantly for everybody. With me, I'm always doing so much work, because I'm doing this for the channel as well, not only just for myself, and doing it for you guys, that I think I get shown instant signs here and there to confirm that what I'm saying is valid. Yeah, angel eyes, exactly. I go to church on Sunday, ask for forgiveness, and then I can go out the rest of the week and punch somebody in the face, or, you know, throw out some negative energies, because on Sunday I'll just clear my karma again. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Yeah, so God does work in funny ways with me, and will do stuff like that. And when that happened, I was like, holy shit. And you know what was funny was, after that, I felt complete, and the cycle, like I almost felt the cycle close and just dwindle away. And I no longer needed, on subconscious level, to have some sort of cord or attachment to this person. The lesson was learned. Whatever was done. And it was like a huge release that happened in my own energetic field, because I felt it. And it's pretty powerful. So Alyssa. Alyssa. I had someone telling me I should go to church more, and I'm thinking, but as I kick you go, I don't see positive changes. Well, because and I know that's why like church. That's why people who I've had the argument before because about Christianity, and I believe in a lot of the values of Christianity, and I do believe in Jesus and God, and I also believe there's just so much, and I'm just curious as a human being, and I have been judged by other Christians, and I have been in the presence of people who claim to be Christians, and yet their whole existence lacks the embodiment of God or light or any kind of really righteous energy or good energy. And it's like, you can call yourself a Christian because you can recite the Bible, but you don't know what the words mean, and you don't know what it means to embody the laws of the Lord, the way the book is written. And then yet I've met some Christian people who just are the embodiment of light that make me feel guilty. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so telling me you go to church every Sunday means shit to me. It's your presence. Yeah, I was raised Catholic too. So all right, Alyssa, I recently went through a breakup with a Taurus male. I want to know his current thoughts and feelings, predictions for the future. Okay. And include some advice. Thank you. All right, Alyssa. All right. So you're going through just a setback here. All right. Don't give up. You got the 9 of Wands just flew out for me. You've got the 5 of Pentacles here. All right. So I'm going to combine advice as I go. You've got the 5 of Pentacles and you're feeling pretty broken, feeling pretty rejected and insecure about the situation and sort of lost in a way. What you once were comfortable, where you were comfortable and what felt like home, no longer feels like that. You feel like you've been abandoned. All right. So first things first, this mood right here, if you want to manifest and you want to switch this whole thing around, you've got to ignore what's going on in the current situation, which means you cannot manipulate the 3D reality. You've got to take yourself out of the 3D reality for a moment and start creating from within. And the way to change the situation is only to change it from within. And that's going to be with how you feel. The way you feel and the thoughts you're telling yourself is going to change the experience you have on the 3D reality. How long will that take? Will be as long as it takes you to understand that concept and understand and how to embody your wish fulfillment. All right. Right now, you're sitting in a pretty difficult energy of the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is somebody who feels like the universe is just out to get them. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm rejected. I'm always being abandoned. I'm sad. I'm lonely, depressed, things like that. I'm struggling. You're struggling. So it's a very strong lack mentality. And as much as you really want to process and you want to, you're in these negative feelings because you're processing grief. You want to find as many ways possible to hurry up and process this grief in a healthy way and release it and start to fill yourself with what is it you want to see in the future. Do you want to be back together with this person? Were you happy in this relationship? You have to make sure that what you want in the end game with this person is practical for you. Were you happy when you were together? Were you really happy when you were together? Because I truly believe that we manifest the troubles that we also have with people too, because we're not receiving something that we want. Whether it's our ego or it's our higher self saying you're not happy, it's going to show up as a pattern, a behavioral pattern in your relationship. right? So you have to take a close look at what was happening in your relationship, that where you were unhappy. Unless you were completely sideswiped, sidetracked, you might have to dig a little deeper. Was this my person in the first place? Was I lying to myself? And if not, then you have to decide, do I want this person back in my life because I truly love this person? And if you do, you've got to get out of this lack mentality, and you have to embody what it feels like to be in a relationship with this person, because you got the Nine of Wands saying it's just a setback here. You guys may have gone through many times together, whether it's now or in a past life or whatever, friendship or troubles or arguments, whatever it was. The Nine of Wands says, don't give up. All right, you're almost there, or you guys have come too far, that this may be just a temporary breakup. All right. So we've got the Six of Swords right now. So right now we see they are trying to move on. Right? They are trying to move on. They're trying to gather their thoughts. Maybe you guys had a really bad argument, disagreement. It was a no-win situation, or in the current energy, they feel like it was just a no-win situation. They feel like, there was a lot of arguing, or there was deceit, or there was mind games, or there was frustration, or there was lies. I don't know what it was. It could be anything, but they are trying to, their thoughts, they're trying to clear their head. So that's what it shows me with the Six of Swords. I'm trying to clear my head. I'm trying to get things straight, see what I want. And so it could be just a temporary, that could even be up to 6 weeks. It could be a temporary, just split break. Let's give it space. Can you kind of, back off a little bit, give me a little bit of breathing room, and figure out, and during this time, this is when you could be doing the most powerful work, but you got to get out of those negative thoughts. And I know that sounds like I'm being military when I say that, but I'm trying to help you out here. The quicker you can let go what wants to leave, the faster what you want will come in. But if you cannot let go of what wants to go, you're going to hold on to that energy, and that is the resistance, and that is what's showing up, and you will keep trying to fight for what you want, and you will push it away further. It's just energetic. It's energy. All right. So I do see a possibility of reconciliation in the future. You got the Three of Cups in the future. All right. So there is possibility. There is still a deep connection there, whether you guys were good friends, or whether you guys have just, had a good time together, had some fun times together. It does show a possibility of the Three of Cups reconciling. And I got the Ace of Cups outcome here is a new beginning coming in. All right. So for you, I feel like there's still a lot of love there for you, or they had feelings for you. I don't know the basis of the relationship, so I can't go into the depth of it, without knowing the circumstances around it. But it does show the Three of Cups says a friendship, you had a connection, you had fun together, you may have had good dates together, good times together. The Ace of Cups says that I do have feelings for you, and it's mutual. So if that feels right to you, you can fix this. All right. But only from within. You cannot change a person. You've got to remember that. So listening to the advice in the beginning there about getting back into what it is you want, and being in the final game as if you already have what you want. You've got to feel as if you are already back together. All right. Bin shakalaka. Have a nice day. All right. I was raised Catholic, and I loved the nuns. I loved the Catholic Church. I really did. I loved going into the church. I loved the masses, but I used to have to go by myself, and I'd be like this little girl shaking everybody's hands, and it was really creepy to me to do that. But I had such a fear of God back then, and in one sense, I know that we shouldn't fear God, but that fear of God that I had protected me and saved me in so many ways, And I just loved the nuns, and I loved the church. And so it's heartbreaking to hear about all the crappy stuff, and just the ceremony and everything about a Catholic church. It was hard for me to go into Christian churches after that were kind of casual, because to me, we know guilt as a Catholic. They make us feel They definitely make us feel it. But I remember there was something that wasn't inviting about regular Christian churches, or people just gathering in a shopping mall, or like a little place where people just showed up. And I had gone to all kinds of different churches growing up with friends, and I've gone to different places. It was not a problem. But it didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same as going into a Catholic church. Yeah, the nuns were, I was just always, I always felt safe around the nuns. I always had a good experience, and I know a lot of people haven't. And there's people in my family that didn't growing up too, but the youth, I had CCD all the time. The CCD was my favorite. And yeah, there was just something awesome about it. I didn't know what I was learning back then. I mean, I went to CCD. I went all the way up to ninth grade to rebel against my family. I took off and didn't get my confirmation. But I was taught so much in CCD, but I don't remember anything. I know some of the stories. I read the Bible occasionally. I'll hear verses and things like that, and I'll be like, and I've watched all the the 10 Commandments and all that good stuff, and I'll remember certain things, but I don't remember a lot. The only one thing I didn't appreciate one of the nuns did was they brought me into the church one day. I used to deliver papers, and I used to deliver papers to them. I was like 10 at the time, or 11. And she was like, "Come look at this beautiful thing." And to this, I have not, this has been impressed in my mind. She goes, "I want to show you the most beautiful thing." And she walks me down the aisle in the church, and she walks me up to a casket of a dead man. And I was like, I remember just staring at this casket. I never saw a dead person in my life. And I'm staring at a dead man. And I think it was one of the fathers that had passed. And I'm sitting there, and I'm supposed to be honoring this. And I'm just like, I'm like a ghost. I'm like, you're showing me a dead person. Yeah. I don't know if she was a mean nun. Maybe she was a mean nun, and that was her trying to be sadistic. But I'll never forget that. All right. So we have, I did Fernando. So I have payment. It's crazy, huh? All right. Payment. Will my person and I end up in a marriage down the road? Let's get some cards and see. Ooh, I got the 4 of Wands. So unless, we're talking God here and like wants you to stay positive, it shows like a major milestone. And I've got the Fool card here at the bottom of the deck. So I do see, taking that next step, jumping in and taking a leap of faith. And I got the Hierophant. So you're getting the 3 cards of, you're getting 2 cards of marriage here. The Hierophant and the 4 of Wands talks about marriage. And we have the Fool card. And so, unless Spirit's just trying to say to you, stop worrying about it. You are destined to be in a marriage. You will be married. You see, the Fool card says you got to have faith, surrender, and trust in God here. As we're talking about, religion too. We got the Pope showing up. You have 3 cards saying yes. It's on your way. It's on your way. But it's about believing and having faith and trust in, and kind of that Fool card is like being a child, kind of being, enjoying life and tapping into an energy of enjoying life, and every day just being curious and enjoying the good things in life right now. The more you obsess and focus on what you want, the further away you're pushing it. And it's a hard thing to do. But when we become obsessed with what we want, we're actually focusing on the fact that we don't have it. So the more obsessed we are in our day-to-day, all day long, if you're focused more on not having something and you're wishing for something, you're in the energy, the vibration of not having it. And that's why it's not showing up for you. But if you train yourself to feel as though you already have it and just enjoy your life, if you were married right now, what would you be doing? Would you be in the garden planting flowers? Would you be painting? Would you be, you know, doing other things, not worrying about like your life sucks because you don't have what you want? You wouldn't be acting like this. You wouldn't be doing those things. You'd be like the fool. You'd be just waking up every day and what am I going to do today, because I already have my partner and I'm in love and I have everything going good for me. And that's what happens with lucky people, or people that are in the flow. They are always in a good mood. They're always, you know, just waking up like they have everything they need and nothing stops them. And it's some of us that can't get out of our heads, that stay stuck in the obsessive energy of, I want it so bad, it's consuming my life. And that is what's holding it back from happening. So I know you didn't ask for any advice, so I'm going to direct that to everybody, because I can't help myself sometimes. I just dropped a card. Hold on a second. All right. Laura. You're still laughing in shock. I know. I was like, I swear to you, I swear on the Holy Spirit, like she brought me down that aisle, and I don't know if I've ever went to a wake. I don't know if I've ever walked up to a casket during a wake. I think I've been to a wake after that where the casket was closed, but I don't like I just don't. I got the Lover's card flying out for Laura. Will things shift between JM and I, so we may be in a relationship together again? What are his true feelings for me at this time? Well, so I got the Lover's card, and I've got the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there's an energy of somebody running back, or right now they could be running away. There could be the Lover's card. Maybe there's another love going on, or there's a choice they're making. If they're running or they're a runner right now, there's a chance, you know, both ways though, that they could be running back to you too as well. And this could be a pattern that they've been in with you before. So possibly coming back around to be in a relationship again, but somehow they're being distracted right now. But we'll see if that comes out again. What are his true feelings for me at this time? Yeah, you're right. They don't know about child rearing. It was just like, I used to look at them though, like they were like my guardian angels though. Like, well, things between JM and I, so we may be in a relationship together again. Fifth, let's see. It is kind of a toxic-y energy I'm seeing. I just saw the Devil card. So I know that you guys do have some toxic energy. It could be very sexual energy. You know, you guys play games with each other sometimes, or there's just maybe a lot of arguing and so forth. I've got the 10 of Cups though. So I'm getting the energy will shift between you guys. You guys will be in a relationship. Right now, the Four of Pentacles is they're holding back, or they're just holding onto a grudge, or they're being stubborn. We're going back to my roots, and all of a sudden I want to be like so down south, you know. I mean, so in Boston. I mean, I'm down south now, but I'm getting back to my roots of Boston. All right. So it is showing that you'll be in a relationship again. So what are his true feelings for you at this time? I've got the Three of Wands here in reverse. So it's almost like they're not going anywhere, but they've disappeared. All right. And I've got the Two of Wands. They're sort of at a crossroads. So you have the Three of Wands in reverse, and you have the Two of Wands. So you've got somebody here who is sort of holding back and not communicating with you. All right. They're not sure what they want to do, but the Three of Wands in reverse says they're not going anywhere. So maybe you're going through some sort of cycle that you guys do, and you'll hear from them again. All right. So they're just at a crossroads in their life. You know, you got right here, you got the high priestess. I don't know if they deceived you or they were being deceptive or they're just hiding their feelings for you right now because they don't know what they want to do. The Two of Wands tells me, I don't know if I want to keep going down this road. You guys keep doing the same pattern or you keep doing the same thing and they don't want to keep doing it. So right now, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is also saying that they are being stubborn. Like they're totally not moving right now. They may be struggling financially or with their health or whatever. But it is given an energy of they're not budging right now until they make a decision. I don't know, but you got the Page of Pentacles. So we do see messages coming in and a possibility of a new beginning with you guys. So the only thing that concerns me is the Devil card, and it might be what is causing you guys to keep breaking up and going back around. And right now, they're on an energy where they don't know if they want to do it again. I'm from Maine. Does that sound about right, Laura? Who's Xanthus? I just got Xanthus here. Xanthus. And I have Galactic. Hi. So let me update the list. All right. I had Angel. I had Myra, Angel. Angel. Galactic. And who else? Xanthus. Okay. I think it's 11 so far. We are on payment. I mean, on Laura. I mean, on Allura and Empress. All right. All right. So it did make sense. Good. Okay. Yeah, it's going to go around again. Those situationships, guys, you know that they're going to keep happening and happening. But if you're looking for if you're looking for stability and long term, that's going to take some work in boundaries and what you expect or can or change in the narrative in those situationships. Honestly, I don't know how you guys do them. They might seem like they comfort you in the moment, but in the long term, they really seem to tear and mess people up. Hi, Suman. Was that you who, I don't know who sent that. All right, let me move on. I'm getting in my head here. I'm getting confused. We have a Lurin. All right. So anything Spirit wants you to know at the moment. All right. What does Spirit want you to know at the moment? Okay. Yeah, you're fine. I got you stamped, Kiki. All right. I got you starred in there. All right. Allurin. Anything Spirit wants me to know at the moment. Things are moving forward for you, and a helping hand is coming your way. All right, you've got the 3 of Pentacles, and you got like the 8 of Pentacles. All right, things are moving. All right, the partnership and alliances. Don't be afraid to ask people for help, or if you're looking for help, help is on the way. There's people around you that are there to support you. There could be some opportunity coming your way, but you are moving in the right direction. So I don't know what you're feeling stuck in, and it may feel like you're stuck. I know some of you may not pay attention to like the transits and the energies and things like that. And as much as I'm a, manifesting, and I do believe in creating from within, I do believe in the external factors as well that can create resistance for us as well. But with our minds, we can still manifest against that. We can work with those energies and get through them. And right now, there is an energy of things slowing down because there's like 6 to 8 planets retrograde right now. And a lot of things are slowing down. A lot of people feel like something's not moving, but the reality is it is moving. There's just an energy that, we're using this energy right now to kind of reflect and take a look at where we need to fine tune things slowing down. Like example, I just came home. It's time for me to kind of regroup and restructure where I want to go for the next 6 months with everything I'm doing, so things might seem like it's slowed down for me where I was having so much fun all year round, just doing all bopping around. It's like sometimes I'm not used to being still. So for me, it feels like I'm being punished, it's like, oh no. And at the same time though, it's really just a feeling coming up. So if you're feeling stuck right now, it's really not the truth. It's an illusion. And just kind of take a look at, reflect on what it is you want. And we're doing the, I don't know if you're in the membership. I think you might come back and forth, but I'm going to do scripting on Wednesday so we can script new intentions, to set some new intentions for this new moon coming in, and really write down how I script, the process I go through, so that you can reevaluate what's going on for you, because you've got you have the helping hands all around you, or you have people around you willing to assist you, and possibility of collabing with other people, getting together. Maybe somebody will come in, help lift you up, maybe in a position of a job, things like that can happen for you, but you have to be open to receive and know. And then the 8 of Pentacles is also keep working at what you're doing. Don't give up at what you're doing. I do have choose wisely for you. So you have choices that you have to make this week. I don't know if you are spending your time positively. Are you laying in bed 2 extra hours later, moping before you get out of bed, before you face the day, when you could get up right away and go get some shit done? I mean, that's just an example. Sometimes I'll just sit there and just like kick and not want to get up. But, are you using your time wisely? Are you making the right choices? Are you choosing the right people to talk to give to tell people your ideas? Are you telling the wrong people how you feel? Are people on your side? I mean, are you connecting with the right people? And the 7 of Cups also says, and it's also like, know your worth too. Choose wisely, know your worth. So if this is coming around friends or things in your 3D reality, like friends, work, family, all right, don't do things that don't make you feel good. Don't do things that you really don't want to do. Know your worth. Don't overgive. Don't keep giving your energy to something that is not being valued or appreciated. All right. But also don't undervalue or underappreciate yourself. Know your worth. If you're trying to do something in the material world, make money, get a new job or whatever, you don't undervalue yourself. You've got to know your worth and you got to go for it. All right. So that's what I'm getting for you. And I've got spiritual strength here, and prosperity begins. All right. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. All right. Hold yourself together. You got a new position, a new job, or a fresh start coming in for you. The Ace of Pentacles. Don't give up now. All right. So just during this time right now, just sort of reconstruct what your goals are. All right. You might be going through some financial and material changes right now, and it's really stressing you out. All right. Grandma V. And thanks again, Grandma, coming in on Wednesday. I'll see you there. And the same thing with Shonda. See you on Wednesday. I started those, and I'm just going to show them. And now let's go to Grandma V. All right. Question 1. Will everything with my house land purchase go smoothly? And let's see. With my Cancer guy, feelings return when. I can't do whens. I don't do whens because if I tell you a 6-month return and you're going to focus on a 6-month return, whereas if I say it looks as though you're going to reconcile and you live in the moment as if you're going to reconcile, it could happen overnight. If you can learn to go to bed every night and expect that miracles happen overnight, anything can change overnight, and say that to yourself every night before you go to bed. Anything's possible. Everything can change overnight. Go to bed thinking about what it is you want. Wake up and just keep doing it and do it and do it, and it could happen any moment. All right. So, but sometimes it will give a time frame, and I will say it to you, but I do want you to keep in mind that time frames can create resistance. Got to look beyond the level of time, especially people who talk about being in the 4D, 5D. It's really important to understand that time does not exist in that, and in that energy either. So, time exists in the 3D reality, and that's where suffering exists as well too, and resistance. All right, so will everything with my house land purchase go smoothly? You got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is saying success, triumph. All right, it's a signing of a contract, it's justice being served, it's legal documents being signed. So there's a big yes for that. Everything with your house and land will go smoothly. What obstacles are you facing right now? What obstacles are you facing right now? Confidence, trust. Do you want to sell it? Patience, waiting. Confidence is key here. You just got to be confident that it will. The solar plexus chakra is our core. It's, you know, it's our core strength. It's inner strength, and it's just the knowing, right? So it's also your intuition too. So you may be stressing too much on this situation, but it looks as though you will have success. And the swordsy energy isn't a long-term energy. So swordsies can happen in weeks, you know, that kind of energy. So there may be some stuff that you still need to clear through. And you're saying buy-in. Are you waiting for you're buying a house and land, and maybe you're just lacking confidence and things going your way? But I just had this conversation with my sister yesterday too, because there's such a narrative out there. Because I had asked my sister, she's doing a lot with buying and selling right now too, and I'm like, is it bad to do that right now? Because, you know. And she's like, no. And she was thinking the same thing too. And it turned out in her favor. So the narrative out there is that this is the worst time to do things. And so we may have this fear or lack of confidence. And there's people out there getting homes who probably have shot credit and everything else like that. So for you, it's more about confidence. So you're waiting, and you got to find patience and focus on something else, and just know that things are going to turn out in your favor, because the Ace of Swords is here. And think positively about this and trust. To me, the solar plexus also is connected to the universe as well. It's like when we don't trust the universe or things to work out in our favor, or we don't know our worth, we lack confidence, and then we lack trust in the universe, and then we can start manifesting because we get so anxious. We would rather fail where we're comfortable at failing than go through the pressure of all the anxiety that's building up within us. So we end up forcing, or self-sabotaging. Exactly. So for you, I would wait till after a week when Mercury goes retrograde. You guys will probably notice a lot of things picking up speed. I'm telling you, I practice with this stuff all the time because I'm like mindset coach. I'm like, I'm not going to let some planet tell me. But when I was driving home from Oregon, everything that could go, wrong with Mercury retrograde was going wrong. And I wasn't letting it piss me off, but it was proven to me that the planets do have an effect on certain things on this planet. It's just inevitable. So unless they have some person up there who knows how to play with the plugs and say, okay, Mercury retrograde, let's program everybody to think that everything's going to get fucked up. If we're in some sort of simulation, it's kind of, maybe it's their part to play. But I would wait. I feel like after the retrograde, after the retrograde, things are going to go a lot quicker for you. Yeah. Just have confidence. All right. What is happening with my Cancer guy? Their feelings, will they return? And let's see, you know, what the obstacle is what I'll look at. Yeah, that's why I'm manifesting my own place too. As much as like I haven't bought a home in a long, long time, I'm manifesting. You know, I just have to work through some stupid fears I have. It should be done. Isn't it done in a week? I think Mercury goes retrograde in about a week. I mean, goes direct. All right. So what is happening with my Cancer guy? I do have the base chakra and I have the moving on. All right. So it looks like they're moving forward. They're trying to move on. And build a foundation, build a new foundation. All right. It does seem like they're trying to pick up some pieces. The base chakra is showing up for you. I mean, in this reading, and even though I'm looking at them, it can be a reflection of you as well too. And oftentimes when there's a breakup or there's somebody moving on from us, there's something that also we manifested it into our reality too, with some things that stemmed from our, you know, our root, our fears, our stability. They're looking for stability, or they're wanting more stability, or there was something wrong with the foundation in this relationship to begin with. There may have been a lot of fears. There may have been a lot of old traumas that were causing a lot of conflict and frustration and trauma in this relationship, because the Five of Swords energy would be in the mix here. So it feels like they're trying to find stability or move on or rebuild themselves after some disharmony that the two of you have dealt with. Right. And that disharmony can come from you as well. And you might not realize it. Like if you had a lot of stories or traumas or experiences or behaviors that were coming up in a relationship due to things that from your subconscious that were behaviors that you brought in from maybe lack of maybe you didn't feel secure growing up, or you didn't feel stable, you had a lot of fears, that could have brought in a lot of confusion and communication and game plan. And so this could be why you guys are going through a separation right now, because you're saying here too, you marry each other. He married for stability and you want to marry for love. They are not stable. Okay, so that does make sense, but they're moving on, and it looks as though because of that, and also they're looking for stability. So if they were looking for stability and they married for stability, that could be something that they've got to work on. They're going to keep looking for it in every relationship until they realize that they have to build their own stability. All right. And so that's their own wound, their own issue, a running kind of energy too, thinking they're going to find it elsewhere or find it somewhere else, you know. I do see material harvest. So it does look as though they're trying to find some stability in their own life. All right. So they're working on themselves. That's like the Nine of Pentacles energy. So it doesn't look like anything coming from these cards. It's all about their foundation, their stability, their work, their money, their independency. They're just working on that. All right. So will they return, or any thoughts of returning, or any current feelings towards you? All right, I've got intuition card and I got the spiritual union. So you already know the answer. There's a lot of love there between the two of you. There's a lot of love there between the two of you. All right. You are connected. I don't know how long you were together for. I don't know what was going on, but there's definitely, you were meant to teach each other. You were meant to be in a relationship with each other. Right now, I think what's happening is this root issue that was causing a lot of problems in your relationship was get into a point where it caused a breakup. And in order for this relationship to come back together, this is the Two of Cups, to reconcile, to come back together, your person has to figure out for themselves their own, they have to depend on themselves. They have to figure out what they're missing. Now, they may go out there and think that it's better being on their own, but they're going to find out real quick that it's not easier being on your own. It's just not. And it's a theme across the board. This is why tarot in the spiritual community is one of the fastest growing communities out there. People seeking connection, people wanting answers, people thinking they're looking for something and they had it, or, you know, and it's like they may go out and they may be thinking they're looking for something that they're going to find in the 3D reality or something that's going to make them feel better. And they're working on themselves. So they're working on themselves, and it feels as though, like, give it time. And you're saying time, the Two of Cups, the cups are usually months. So it's like 2 months, or manifest it sooner. All right. Sorry, she's doing an appraisal of the house and she just came in. So does that sound about right? Yeah. So I'm seeing that they're working on themselves. I don't know, whatever was going on in your relationship, the root problems, the root issues, when those are cleared, when those things that really destroyed the relationship are healed. And remember, when I'm doing a reading for them and you're saying they mirror you, it usually is, it's whatever's going on within you, whatever you're thinking is what's true. So this is your message as well. You've got to work on, yeah, you've got to work on those things. That's how this is going to heal. That's how this is going to heal. And when you're moving forward and you're overcoming your own deceptions, and when I say deceptions, we're deceiving ourselves all the time. We're playing games with ourselves all the time. Our mental confusion, our stress, our anxieties, the things that frustrate us, our negative thoughts. When we're dealing with our own subconscious, our own stories and our own anxieties and our own traumas and our own, you know, BS, we all have it. That's when what we're manifesting will come back in, because that seems to what they moved on from. We are always healing. I wish there could be a magical, you are healed, right? And, you know, we're always going to stub our toe and get triggered again. The thing is, right now, guys, you guys don't know this. I don't tell you what I'm always doing behind the scenes, but I am doing hypnosis certifications and things like that, because I really want to do reprogramming of the mind and do, when people get their coaching from me or get readings from me, if they want to get hypnosis tracks, I will make hypnosis tracks for people. That's my goal. I was going to do that like a few years ago. I had the software and stuff, but I was like, I needed to wait for the right time. And but we're talking about triggers, and the thing is that we're always going to find ourselves getting triggered in different ways, and triggers are going to show up. Triggers are going to show up in all different ways. You might not even know that you might think you were healed with something, and all of a sudden you get triggered again. You've got to figure out what triggers you. Go back to the moment that things happened to you, figure out what the trigger was, and you've got to acknowledge that trigger, and so that you can clear that trigger, and so that you'll be prepared when it does happen and you won't let it take over. Because when we react to a trigger, and even when a trigger happens, if you can catch it when it's happening, you can choose in that very moment not to react. And it's your reaction to your trigger. It's the reaction to your trigger. It's not really the trigger triggers us, but it's your reaction that we end up sabotaging our entire life because of a trigger. So we make more stress by reacting to the trigger. If you could figure out your trigger and just go, oh, okay, that's a trigger, and then ignore your emotions that come up and not react. It's all about not reacting. Every moment when you get pissed off or you feel anxiety or you feel your ears get hot and you just want to punch somebody, whatever it is you do in that moment, you've got to learn, you've got to train yourself to breathe and not react, because when you react, that's when the domino effects happens, and that's when you destroy everything around you. And oftentimes it's unfixable. Like, people will just totally go away, and it may take longer for anybody to come back around, and then you're working on the law of forgiveness again. All right. And that's it. I know you don't. So we've got to learn to control our reactions to situations. I sometimes feel like I'm turning into Data from Star Trek. Like, I'm just like, I feel like at times I have no emotions, because I'm trying to like not react over anything. And it's funny because for a minute there, I was like, I actually questioned myself. I said, am I becoming like a robot? Like, that I just won't even allow myself to feel. And I was at this place, and this is where I'm at now, actually, guys. I'm at this place where I'm like, I can sense when negative things are coming to me, and I'm like ping ponging them away, right? I don't want to feel you, but at the same time, I'm not having anything that fully comes in that fills that with like joy and happiness, things that make me feel really happy. Whereas I'm always doing external things like going out and having fun, doing things and trying to find things to replace that. And that's all great. It keeps me distracted. But what I've got to learn to do is, it's the feeling. I've got to learn how to not be in the void so much, but fill it with feelings of happiness, excitement, and what does that feel like? And if you don't know what that feels like, you've got to learn, you got to do things to get that feeling in, so that that feeling can override the negative feelings. I know that's going a little bit, off course here, but that's where I'm at. It's like, you've got to get to a place where you're non-reactory, you're non-emotional, and you're in your head, and you can think clearly from a neutral mind. And then you can start filling yourself up with feelings that you're not used to having. All right. You've got to learn to do that. Well, and you have a BS meter that is so strong because of that. I don't have any friends close to me. And that's also, you're manifesting that into your life too. And so you're not allowing so energetically, do you understand? You're not allowing human beings to get close to you. So that's going to affect you in all your relationships, because you call BS, or you already believe that everybody is bullshitting you. So even if a new person were to come into your life and somebody were to come next to you and they weren't, you probably would manifest some sort of bullshit, because you're programmed to expect it and find it and see it. And so you lack trust. So working on trusting people again is going to be a really valuable thing for you. Being able to trust people and know that not everybody, I mean, we all fuck up. We all can bullshit. My ex used to, call out my bullshit face all the time. I'm not a very good liar, but I can definitely bullshit, and it would be funny when he did it. So it's just a matter of trusting people again. And trusting also that people do fuck up and they do lie, not allowing yourself to get hurt. But when you honor the fact that not all humans are perfect, and that you can trust that they're going to bullshit you and still allow them in. But also, you have got to allow people into your life that have core values and beliefs that you have. Stop allowing people that are not worth your time into your life. When you choose higher quality people, you will learn to trust people again. But you've got to pluck yourself out of the people that you are used to being around, and you've got to transplant yourself into a place where you might be uncomfortable. You may not feel good enough, but you want to be there. You want to be around people that you have to live up, you have to kind of raise your standards up to, so that you can learn what it's like to be around people that respect you again and that you can trust. Right? And so that's what I got for that. Sorry. All right. So Myra, let me see, PayPal. All right, I got Myra. I have, there's Paola, and I have a Jared. All right. I see a Jared there, so I don't know. I'll put your name up here. If you're here, I got you. All right. Hi, Knez. All right. So let me see. I got Jared here, and I think if I'm missing anybody on the list, I will update it as I go. I'm doing them in order that you guys came in. The list may not be exactly the order that that I do them in, but I do have the list. I mean, I am going off of who came in first. All right. So we have Myra. Does my person want to marry me? You're a Pisces, her a Saggy. Also, what's up? What's up, Myra? All right. So what's your person's thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Do they want to marry you? I know you didn't ask for advice, but what do you believe? Because what you believe and what you expect is what's going to happen. Right? So you got to be able to believe and also expect that you will get married. Whoop. You got the 4 of Wands. That's a yes, a milestone. At least taking the next step, going to the next level. So there is a possibility of that. All right. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So they're very slow to move and they're very cautious. Maybe there's a lot of work that has to go into this. Maybe there's a lot of time between when this happens. You know, maybe there's a lot of working parts here. We do have the Queen of Swords. All right. And so the Queen of Swords is somebody who's contemplating and thinking and who's trying to figure out what they honestly want. So this could be why they're taking time or why things aren't moving so fast. But they do take things serious. And in the feelings position is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles says, I do care so much. I'm invested and I feel deeply about this, but I also take love very seriously and I'm very cautious. So I do move slow. And with the Queen of Swords, it's somebody who wants to make sure that she's making the right decision. She's looking at everything, all different angles. She's looking at what's best for you, what's best for her. And so she's pondering a lot. So she might be moving slowly. Maybe, like I said, there's money involved or there's work involved or there's a lot of working parts that have to happen. But the 4 of Wands gives you a yes, and you've got the Chariot card at the end of the deck, the bottom of the deck, the overall energy. So stay focused and determined, and the answer is a big victory, right? See you on Wednesday, Grandma. So a big victory for you. All right, Angel. Yes, Angel, I will get to your reading. I think you emailed me back. I think I just saw that too. So I really want to make use of your personal reading. I don't want your personal reading to just be like what we do here and in the membership. I want to be able to take a look at the process you went through in this last relationship, this last person, because you were really close. You're really close. Are you here? Are you here, Angel? And I want to know what your steps were. And so I didn't read your email yet, but if you can do that for me, show me like what happened when you guys started talking, how often, what you talk, like, don't have to tell me the details of what you talked about, but how often, and you know, how deep, and then when you saw a red flag, or when you started feeling something was off. I need to know some of those details with you so that I can get a deeper reading with you for the personal one, so that we can see if we can catch where you're going, because I know you have a lot of things going on in your life, and I know you have a lot of balance in your life, and I know that you have a lot of opportunities, and you're really going at this head on. And so I don't want to misguide you. I want to find where the blocks might be, or what might be happening that is creating or causing resistance. And if you can do that, I don't know if you've already done that. That's what I meant when I sent you back that email, because I want to see how deep I can get with your reading. Okay. All right. So that's okay. Longer the better for this, you know, so that's all right. Who is coming towards me in love? Current Leo cricket since Tuesday night. And I want to figure out with that past. I want to figure out with Leo what happened. All right. We're going to do a little detective work here. Past Cappy wants to play, but he's in friend zone. All right. No, we'll let him play with himself. Pisces for months long. Match may get together this week. All right. I really like the Leo though. 3 Leos in a row, and this one has the components all in one. So that's why I want to focus on your Leo with the personal reading, because they may not be the one, but you may be so close. That could be birds before land. There's a thing called birds before land, where you just about almost have and it happens to me, and I get so pissed off. I will get a glimpse or a taste of exactly what I'm manifesting in. And it's like, I get too afraid right now to get too excited, because I'm like, it's going to get pulled away. And then all of a sudden it dwindles and it goes. And then next thing you know, it happens to me. All of a sudden the manifestation will come back in. Somewhere I read, I think it was Neville Goddard, that said, when that happens to you, start to expect within 3 days. Within 3 days, it's going to be here. All right. So and it might not always happen that way, but the more you think that, the more you'll program yourself to think, instead of thinking, oh, there it goes, that it didn't happen. And then you get disappointed. You got to look at it more like a sign, like, hell yeah, it's here. Right. And get excited. So you were so close with this Leo one. This may not be your Leo, but definitely could be birds before land, which means that you're right on the verge of a major breakthrough, and you want to stay in that energy. All right. So let's see who's coming towards you. Who's coming towards you? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune says good fortune on its way. Expect an unexpected occurrence. So the wheel's moving. You've got the Ace of Cups, and you have a Libra energy. Both upright. Ooh, both upright. And you've got the Page of Pentacles, and you've got the Knight of Wands. All right. So we're seeing a balance come in. We're seeing a contract with the Libra energy. All right. So that the words for this card, luck, trust, honesty, balance, success, the truth coming in, divine love coming in, a contract coming in. All right. And we have Knight of Wands here, a date coming in, a new funds. It could be unexpected with that Wheel of Fortune, some unexpected new person. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. You've got the Page of Pentacles. So we've got somebody sincere, a new message coming in. And we got Ace of Cups. So it could be somebody new. All right. So we're seeing the Ace of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Justice, which is Libra, and the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have the 7 of Pentacles and the Sun card here, okay? This is telling me don't give up. All right. You've come so far with that Seven of Pentacles. You've put a lot of work in. Things might be slow right now. We are in retrograde. Just remember, though, that you will get a return of investment here, especially with the Sun card showing. So you are seeing Leo energy here as well, too. So you could very well be what I'm thinking, because you focus so much on Taurus and Leo, right? That there's a possibility that the person that you're meant to be with, you're manifesting that they have these qualities of a Leo and a Taurus energy. All right. So I feel like you're right at the edge here. Like I said, birds before land, and we're going to stay in that energy so that you don't go down into the gutter. You don't start thinking negative thoughts. Yeah, I know. There's times when I just want to go, I actually in my head, sometimes actually lately I've done this quite a few times. I've pounded my head against a wall. All right, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. But because you won't give up and you don't give up, you will receive. You will get your manifestation. All right. My process for personal readings. So I'm glad you asked, Kiki, because I don't think I've done one for you, but I do readings a little bit differently than other tarot readers. I'm a manifesting coach, a mindset coach, and a tarot reader. So I combine the whole thing together. When I do a personal reading from you, I'm looking for your story. I'm looking for what it is you're looking for, what answers you want. I will do the tarot spread for you. I will kind of see what tarot says, but I cannot help but look at the story I'm seeing, the story you're telling me, and be able to help I want you to be able to take your reading and create it in your reality. I want you to know that that's how tarot works. Tarot works with the laws of the universe. It's all connected. Right? So when I do a personal reading for you, and usually a lot of the people that work with me will get one every 1 to 3 months, and then they'll do these super chats with me, or they'll do the membership with me, and you'll kind of do energy checks with me. And I know your story, so I'm able to guide you and help you along the way, especially with the coaching part. All right. And that's why the 15 for the advice is the coaching part, because I'll be giving you coaching advice. So usually a personal reading gives me a good platform, a good starting point to work with you. And that way I can help you towards your goal, as opposed to you just getting a tarot reading and sitting around thinking it's just going to knock on your door. Because if you notice, a lot of people out there getting stuck in patterns, saying all these readers say that this is going to happen, but it's not happening. A lot of people aren't taking in the concept of the guidance and what you need to do from within to make it happen. Right. So that's my process with personal readings. And usually if, after about 3 months, your stories are changing, or something's changing, or you manifest what you want in your life, or you want to do something else, or you're with a new person, it usually starts with a personal reading and then these quick check-ins. So hopefully that answered you. Hopefully you're still here. But that's my process. Not everybody is for me, but I am a person that wants to see, I want to see change. I need to see progress. I have pride, my reputation. I want to see an outcome. So you come to me with a problem, I want to find a solution, and that's how I read. All right. Taurus, I told him whatever brought us together is done. Also a workaholic, too logical and guarded. As soon as current Leo showed up, it was Taurus who... Right? So maybe there'll be a Libra showing up for you, and you'll be like, Leo who? All right. So I have Galactic, I have Xanthus, and I have Jared left. And we may wrap it up from here. I may come on because I have less to do while I'm here in Florida. I may come on Thursday or Friday again too, because I'm going slower and there's only so many. We're doing half of what I used to do. So I may come on again this week. We'll see. We'll see, depending on how I feel. But I kind of feel lost when I don't have anything to do. Poof. All right. So we have Galactic. All right. Hope all is well with you. What is going on between me and a specific person, and where might it go from here? I'm on the verge of cutting them out. All right. Let's see. How you been? I see a new beginning. That's sort of the Fool card. That could be saying, you know, maybe there's a new beginning between the two of you coming in again, or it could be you going off and starting on something new. It might be, we'll see what other cards come through. It's apparent that you may be repeating a pattern, and I've got 7 of Wands, stand your ground, have boundaries. I've got the 4 of Cups, so I'm seeing you feel stuck. This is not making you feel good, feeling unfulfilled. Are you just bored? Are you doing this again? You have somebody. Sometimes we can be addicted to just having somebody in our life, and we get stuck in these patterns because, you know, look, I've done this before. I've been so like frustrated that I would just start shit with somebody just because it was giving me attention. Or I would still talk to somebody, even though I didn't even like the person, but they were easy to fuck with, right? They would fuck with me, I'd fuck with them. But it was childish. It was childish. But if you're bored and you're unhappy and it's showing up in this relationship already, and you know me, you know I'm going to say these things, but you're not getting what you want out of this. So you got the Fool energy that's like, it might be cut your losses and move on, because what's next is the 5 of Cups is just more sadness and grief. And I don't think you want that. And I've got conflict and defeat. I was pretty close. I've got the 5 of Swords. I thought the 5 of Cups was going to come out, but the 5 of Swords came out. A lot of head games, mental stress. I am getting cut them out right now. All right. It's not a firm foundation. 4 of Wands in reverse. They're not committing to you. It's not solid. And it's not stable. And it's just a big mess for you right now. A big mental stress for you right now. You've got the 7 of Wands. You've got to stand your ground and create some boundaries. All right. You got the 5s coming in again too. All right. You know what to do. This is like the Hierophant. All right. You know what to do here. You're definitely learning another lesson here. And it seems like it's a repeated pattern. Cut it out before you go on a longer road trip with this person like you've done in the past. You've got the 2 of Wands here. You've got to make a decision. You keep going down the same road. You've got to create. You've got to go down a new road. Yeah, he's stringing you along. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's not worth your time. You're investing way too much energy in somebody. The faster you cut this person out, you will know if they really want to be with you. They will come back around quickly. But you have got to 100% be like, F you, I'm done. I'm cutting you out and I'm moving on. But if they know that they can call you back quickly, if they know that the second they text you, you're going to be like, yeah, hey. I've done that. But I did it because I was bored out of my friggin' mind. And it just becomes it's negative energy that you don't want in your reality, especially when I was trying to manifest good stuff into my life, and then I would just get bored and allow that energy into my world. All it did was fuck with my own energy, and then I would be upset and not even know why. All right. So you've got to make a choice. You got the 2 of Wands. You're at a crossroads right now. He's not stable. He's not coming to you correct, and you know it. And so walk on. And who's that lady? Dionne Warwick. Is it walk on? Let's walk on by. Like walk on by. All right. And Kiki. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Kiki. I stay true to the way I do my readings. It's not for everybody, but it's the way I like to do it. And so I'm glad you did ask, and that's how I would do it if you got a reading from me. But it is, to me, in my perspective, it's the best way to do a read-in and gain something from it. You're welcome. All right. So, Santis. Right. And how do I find my career path? All right. How do you find your career path? I love doing career readings. I do. It's one of my favorite. I'm really good with starting businesses, working. I've always had great work ethic, and I've always done pretty well that way. So I do feel like I give pretty good advice when it comes to career path. Finding your career path when you have no idea what you want to do, that, for me, the last time before I started this channel, I meditated a lot, honestly. I know a lot of people, they hear these words and it kind of gets like, oh, I just want the answer. I don't want to have to do all that. All right. But in hindsight, it came to me pretty quickly because I did this. I remember just doing a couple meditations and just being like, I want a new opportunity. I want something new to come into my life. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I've had several different career paths in my life, and I've gone from being an artist, a graphic designer, a massage therapist. I've even been a manager, retail. I mean, I've owned my own business with my ex-husband. We owned a business together. I own my own massage business, and now I do my channel. And I remember just being like, I need something. I knew I needed something and I didn't know what. And so I kept racking my brain being like, do I want to go back into art? Do I want to do this, that? But nothing was calling to me at the time. And so I kept just praying, like meditating, praying, whatever words you want to use, right? Show me the way, open up a doorway. You know, what skills do I have? What could I be using for the greater good? What am I not seeing? Can you open a doorway for me? And before I knew it, when we went into, I had been watching YouTube for a couple years at this point, right? I had left a relationship back in 2017. And end of 2016, and I was trying to create my whole new life. And I was trying to manifest. I was watching YouTube videos and I was watching all the manifesting videos, and I found tarot, and that's how I was like, oh, they're doing tarot on YouTube too. But I was more interested in the manifesting. So when we went into lockdown, I started my own channel on manifesting. But then my sister was like, no, I'm doing a tarot channel. Do a tarot channel. And I was like, I found a way to connect the two. And that also connects with my whole loving psychology, and also loving how to manifest, and also creativity, because you have to be very creative to do this. And even with like the thumbnails, and even with the way storytelling of the cards. And so it all started coming together. And before you knew it, I had a YouTube channel. But I never would have been able to guess a YouTube channel when I was asking the universe, or when I was talking to God, asking. I say all this because we all use different terms. To show me the way, show me what I need to do. And it works. So when I look in hindsight, that happened pretty quickly. It was 2018 in 2019, when I was really, really meditating a lot before the lockdown. And then it was in the lockdown when I was watching all the manifesting videos, and it was the end of lockdown when I put my YouTube channel up. So if you look at that, it happened pretty quickly within a year's time. So what I'm saying to you, and for all of you, I mean, you didn't ask for advice, but it's, how do I find my career path is kind of, you're asking for advice, is to, if you have no idea what your skills are, ask, and ask, and it'll be shown to you. The doorway will be open to you. Something, as soon as you start to ask about what you want and you set your intentions. Remember, on Wednesday, I don't know if you are part of the membership, but it's only like $2.99, and it's $9.99 if you want to work one-on-one with me. And you don't have to sign up every month, but you can go in there whenever you feel like it and see what's going on in there. And Wednesday, we're going to do a scripting thing where I'm going to set some new intentions and show you my process of my new intentions that I'm setting right now, how I go about doing it, and what we're going to do from here on out. And if you don't know what you want, but you can set up your intentions that it comes to you. And when you do that, the universe will start to all these parts will start to come into play, and the universe will start shifting things around, so people come into your life, so to show you the way. Opportunities will come into your life so that it shows you the way, right? And unless you know for sure, like, I have these skills, I want to use this, I want to do this. If you know what you want to do, if you see yourself doing something, have you ever just gone off drifting and saw yourself doing something, and then all of a sudden it was your ego that said, oh, that'll never be? That could be your calling. Have you ever done that? So there's all these signs that the universe has given us, but sometimes our insecurities will bark it away. Oh, that's impossible. That's wishful thinking. So if you really want to find a new career path, you've got to start with asking for an opportunity to be shown to you, and it'll all piece itself together. And also remember not to grasp onto it so much. If you're asking for something and you're not in a calm state, if you're asking for it out of desperation, that's an energy that creates a restriction and block. And that anxiety and that pressure can keep you from seeing what's being shown to you. But when you're in a state of calmness and you feel good and you're like, I'm happy where I'm at, I feel blessed where I'm at, but I would love to be shown a new opportunity, a new doorway, a new pathway. I want to expand on my skills. I want to push myself, push my limits. Can you open a doorway for me? And then, send that intention off with love, and then you let go of it. And you can repeat this, a good practice is for 21 to 30 days, so that you can embed it in your subconscious. But it's how you get into the habit of thinking about it as well too, like it's already here, and then a doorway will open up for you. But I'll pull 3 cards and see. Yeah, you're welcome, Kinez. Yeah, it's pretty amazing when I look in hindsight, all these tools and things I've been doing over the years and how fast they really do work for us. The thing I notice with social media, though, and with all of us reading so much and doing all this stuff is so fast paced that we want instant gratification. And so what used to seem like it was pretty quickly happening for us now feels like it's forever. Like we want things to happen instantly all the time. And if we don't get it, our emotions go all over the place. And really, things are happening at a faster pace now than ever before. So I've got the card of solitude here, the Hermit card. All right. So I don't know if you have some skill to teach, if there is something about, maybe you need to study something or take a class or take a course. But solitude is finding space, going within and trusting your inner guidance. Where do you feel called to? Where have you been feeling called to go? The Hermit card can talk about, somebody who's in a position of teaching. That's also the Hierophant, but I look at this as teacher too, guide. You've been on a long journey. You have a lot of experiences that you could share the world. Maybe you're meant to, you feel like you have no skill. Well, obviously you have some skills, because the Hermit card says you've been on a long road. You're very wise. You have a lot of wisdom. And so you might be feeling like you have no skill, but this card is saying you have a lot of experience. And most jobs are like 80% experience, 20%. They want to train you on the job anyways, right? But you have enough knowledge to do something. If you are interested, where are you being pulled to go to? If you're being pulled to go to, you have a dream you want to do, you've got to get the skills required. All right. You got to get focused and determined. Do you have determination? Are you focused? You can sit here and daydream all you want. Are you staying introverted? Do you not go out and look? Because the Hermit card can say you keep yourself isolated and withdrawn and you're not getting out there. Because the Chariot card says you got to go for it. You got to get focused with what you want and you got to go after it. Somebody can tell you all day long, you know, choose this career path, but you got to put the work in. And if you have no skills, you have to acquire the skills. And I've got the Balance card, Justice card here. So it's about being honest with yourself. You've got to go within. You've got to figure out where you want to go for the rest of your life, the rest of your path. And if you've got to learn or acquire a new skill, you're going to have to, you know, find the ambition and the determination. You got to get the focus. You got to get focused on something. You're welcome, Kenneth. So you've got the Two of Cups energy. Where's your heart calling you? So without having any skills or saying you have no skills, the cards are telling me that, you know, maybe there's something in legal or law or something for you too. Maybe studying law, studying legal. Maybe you have some knowledge in that. Maybe getting into government job or something like that, or doing something where it's justice related. It could be history related. Doing something like that, teaching some skill, but you're going to have to do something to get the skill. All right. There's no way around. You've got to do something. And sometimes where you think you don't have the skills to do something, you're underestimating yourself. That's the Two of Cups is saying, what is your heart? Where does your heart want to go? What do you want to do? And when you figure out what you want to do, the doorway will open for you. All right. All right. We have Jared. And I have Blanca too. I have another person that came in too. So let me put Blanca down. And Jared. All right, Jared. Libra Sun. My specific person is Cornelia, and she is a Gemini Sun. I would like to know her current feelings, thoughts, and intentions for me, if I can trust the direction of this relationship. All right, so let's look at her current feelings, thoughts, intentions, and then look at the direction. Yeah, you'll be surprised how I love having Gemini. I love having my stellium Scorpio in Gemini, house 3, because Geminis tend to have their hands in everything and collect all kinds of knowledge everywhere they go, and then somehow magically the magician piece all their skills together and find a way to make it all work for them and come up with something even different, more creative. And that's something that you don't have to have house 3 stuff to do that, but I just like to make the connection in my own world. But that to me, it's like an art in itself. And so I believe all the skills that we have, everything that we've learned throughout our life was all for a reason. So it all can come together and blend nicely together into something big. So finding your soul's purpose. Take a look also, Kiki, at your North Node. See where your North Node is taking you. That's your soul's purpose. That's your life's mission. All your experiences from your South Node, you know, and being able to kind of focus now, kind of get into the energy of your North Node and use all that knowledge and create, do what you're meant to do. All right. Okay, looking at Cornelia. Her current feelings, thoughts, and intentions. All right, I got the solar plexus. All right, I got the 9. Let's get the Hermit card again too. Solitude, chakra, and the 2 of Cups. So you got the same kind of energies here too. Is the passion there between the 2 of you? I feel like there's a connection here. You definitely have some sort of connection with each other with the crown chakra showing up here. All right, in the spiritual union. But I feel like you are yearning for a deeper connection with her, and she's kind of withdrawn. You don't always know. She's showing up as introverted or kind of hermity. But there, you've got the Ace of Wands. So I'm seeing, there is, I don't know if you feel like the passion's dying out or there's just not enough passion. But there is passion there. There's definitely potential there. But it seems as though you seem to want more romance, more love, more connection. And you're connecting with somebody here who can be kind of distant. But it doesn't mean that they're not into you. They're withdrawn. They're they're kind of good solo. Like they're okay being by themselves is the kind of energy I'm picking up from this. And you might not be feeling the passion that you desire from this connection. And so, okay, so that could be what it is then. Thank you for telling me it's long distance, because that's the Hermit card, long distance. So the distance between the 2 of you is keeping this from being ignited, like the passion. But there is potential there with the Ace of Wands. All right, so there's some sort of connection, I was saying spiritually. So obviously you guys are connecting on some level. So you guys talk a lot and you're communicating. But what I will say though is that the distance is putting an energy on this relationship that's keeping it stagnant. You're in this like 2 of Cupsy energy, passionate energy. You're ready to go to the next level. And the distance is keeping this person kind of distant. It's almost like they're kind of shutting down or keeping themselves from allowing this to go somewhere because there's so much distance between. So, all right. So I was asking in my head, any advice for this? And I'm getting patience and planning. So 7 of Pentacles. So this is telling me that it's not that you're wasting your energy. You're invested in this. I can see that you're invested in this. The 7 of Pentacles, you're being challenged right now, though. Is this worth your investment? If it is, you will find a way around this, but you've got to figure out the next step. And what I'm feeling called to say is you got to figure out the next step so that you guys can see if you can get this bond to grow stronger. Because if it's just going to stay a talking, a long distance and not making any plans, honestly, after 3 years of doing this and working with people who have these long relationships, if you don't have a system in play on how you're going to connect, how you're going to see each other physically, make plans. Even my son and his girlfriend, she's in South Korea, and he's here. Twice a year, they go back and forth. You have got to have a plan, construct a plan. This says patience and planning so that you can start building stability with this person. Otherwise, she still feels pretty alone and feels kind of, disconnected. she's keeping herself kind of disconnected, because I would potentially do the same thing. I would be like, okay, I'm talking to somebody at a distance, but there's no physical validation that we are connected on a physical, and I need to know, as a person, I need to know what's the next step, because I'm not investing my time if I don't know that there's a goal. And that's me as a person. That's just me in everything I do. I have to know there's a goal. And the Seven of Pentacles says there, you could make it to the Eight of Pentacles, but also you could get stuck in this energy where you keep investing and it doesn't go anywhere. So there is potential in this relationship for the two of you to come together, especially with the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands showing up in your reading. But right now she's kind of withdrawn and protective of her emotions. And you may be getting more emotionally invested than she is, because there's no goals or practical plan made. So that's pretty much your next step, is making plans. You know, because I've got the Five of Swords energy. Otherwise, this is going to be a no-win situation. It's going to mentally frustrate you. You're going to create arguments. You're going to feel defeated. You're going to get stressed, overwhelmed with creating stories in your own mind about what could be happening. And so in order for this to have a successful outcome, for this to go the next step, what Spirit is saying is that there needs some plans in play. You got to make some plans, the two of you. And if that's the case, you can move into the Eight of Pentacles. Otherwise, you're going to get bored and discontent, both of you, or one of you will, and you'll waste your time. All right. So you've got the throat chakra coming up, speaking your truth to this person and seeing where things are going and making some plans. And there's a possibility of this turning out in your favor. All right. So right now you're sort of at a roadblock and things can go either way. Does that make sense to you? That's your next step right there. I'm going to star this. This is your next step right here. And when you go there, you lay it out, all cards on the table. This is a long distance relationship. This is you being emotionally invested. This is not playing around. When we are in long distance relationships, we don't fuck around. You make a plan, you establish it, you set goals and boundaries for each other, you know, and say, are we both on the same page? And then you go from there. And that's where you're at, because right now it can go in either direction. You're sort of at a Two of Pentacles, Two of Wandsy energy, where it's like it could go this way or it could go that way, right? So come back November. Let me know. If you need guidance on making a plan, I'm there for you. Off the grid, hello. I'm doing great today. How are you doing? All right. And also, I know I'm only doing this on my membership because I can't, you know, I've tried doing it on my channel and not the membership, but it just messes with my videos with YouTube. So I have the membership to do the manifestation coaching. And you can even just go in there. You got two tiers. You got $2.99. You can go in there and sit and listen to what we're talking about. There's a lot of energy, a lot of messages. Or you can do the $9.99, and you don't have to stay every month. You can just go once a month or go whenever you feel like it. But I can do one-on-one with you in there. And this week we're doing the scripting. So we're going to script this week for the new moon to set new goals. And so this would be a good time to get your game plan in, looking at your end game and seeing exactly what you want. And if you can't be there on Wednesday at 2 p.m., even if you do go in for the 1 month, you can watch that video at any time. And I'm going to talk to you about how my process of scripting is and help you script out, formulate your script so that by the time you get to meet her or see her in November, you'll have your plan set. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try and I have goals, and I'm not giving up. Want to help make a difference, help people make some change, and including myself, heal and grow and flourish. I'm doing all this that I tell you guys. Everything that comes out of my mouth is something that I practice, do, or I've been through. All right, Blanca, and then we're going to call it. And I may be on again this week at some point. We'll see. If not, I'll be on Monday, next Monday. Alyssa, hi. All right, Blanca. Hi, Blanca. I was hoping that that was your screen name, because if I don't, some people don't want their names up there, but. All right, what can I expect from Isaac the Aries? What's a medical intuitive? Is that just another form for holistic healer? Another word for holistic healer? I just drove through New Mexico. Do you have a YouTube? All right, Blanca. What can I expect from Isaac the Aries? I don't know if he'll be communicating or what he's feeling about me at this moment. All right, let's see. Isaac. What's up with Isaac? Oh, are they in a relationship? I do see a possibility of reconciling with you, though. I've got the 2 of Cups and I got the 3 of Cups here. But if they're in a current relationship right now, that could be a holdup, obviously, for obvious reasons right now. They may be connecting with somebody. But I do have the 3 of Cups underneath, but I got the 7 of Swords. So I don't know if there's been a third party or if you guys will reconnect, but they're still in a relationship. So I've got 5 of Swords energy for their thoughts, their feelings, position, the 9 of Pentacles, and I've got the heart chakra. So there's still love for you. Are they focusing? Okay, if they're not in a relationship, they're focusing on themselves, being independent, their finances, grounding themselves, their work. Their thoughts are they just are fed up, all right? They have a headache with whatever situation you and them are going through, all right? And that's just being straightforward. When I see the 5 of Swords like that, I get a headache. I'm just like, you guys are either arguing, frustrated, playing games. All right, so he's not in a relationship. All right, so they're just upset. They're frustrated with you. Whether it's with communication, whether it's not listening, whether you guys blame each other, whether you go back and forth, play games with one another, whatever, or you just argue, or, it doesn't matter what it is, but there's a headache happening between the 2 of you, and it's a negative energy. So they're not in a relationship right now. They're focusing on themselves. They're focusing on work. They're focusing on their material life, whatever, their cars, whatever they're doing. And the heart chakra is here, so there's definitely still feelings for you. And I have this, the 2 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So there's and the 3 of Cups. So there is possibility of you hearing from them again. But right now, they are definitely keeping their mind off of whatever's going on between the 2 of you right now. All right, they just feel like there's too much conflict between the 2 of you right now. All right. So I have a PhD medical physiologist, but have ability to read people's health. All right. And graduate of University of Arkansas Medical College. Nice. That's pretty cool. With her debit card. It's okay, Alyssa. I may come on at the end of the week at some point. I'm at my sister's house, and I'm trying to keep myself busy, and I may come on because I didn't take that many today. I only took half, so I might come on again this week. And if not, just thank you for coming by and say hi. If not, I'll be on Monday again. I teach medical students clinical diagnosing. That's cool. That actually happened to me a couple times during and it was funny. It actually happened to my mother and I. We were shopping the other day, and my mother, both of us, we were walking through the parking lot, and we started laughing, and we were like, you know what, we still act like when the card glitches, we still act like it's 20 years ago when we used to get embarrassed because like we think there's no money in the bank. And she starts dying laughing because she's like, we've gone through so many ups and downs in our family, and it's like everybody's fine now, but everybody still has this humiliation that comes through if the card glitches. And it's like, we've got to prove to them, like, let me go get my bank statements. I promise there's money in there. And we just started dying laughing. But yeah, it was happening at the grocery store. The whole aisle got frozen. My mom put her card in buying the groceries, and the girl's looking at us like and we're looking at her, it says wait for cashier, but she's like, it's not going through. And then they had to reset, and to come to find out, they had to do this earlier with another register. And it was really funny, but we were cool about it. But we recognized how embarrassing it can be. So no worries. I think it's funny when people waiting for you to accept this request. Somebody's requesting me to pay them, and I don't know if they realize they did that, but that is not going to happen. So somebody might be trying to get a reading, but this has happened before. This could be a joke, or it could be them trying, or they just messed up. All right, guys. Thank you, Off Grid. I hope so. I know so. I am blessed. And physically too. Actually, physically, and I'm pretty damn good. I'll see you soon, Alyssa. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it, and I appreciate everybody here today. Hopefully, you enjoyed the readings. This is kind of what we do over in the membership too, but we go a little deeper into your situation and questions. So I will see you guys Wednesday in the membership for those of you that are in there, and I will see you. Well, tomorrow I'm on High Vibe. I'll see you definitely maybe Thursday again here for Super Chat. All right, guys. Take care and see you soon. Bye.